I've made the two guys to ride. And today we're here at the Mecum Auction in Kissimmee, Florida, and we're here with Harold. And we're doing an outside the tent kind of a look at what goes behind the scenes at Mecum. So I'm going to be selling a car. Can you kind of walk me through the generic process of what that would be like?
Sure. If you're selling a car with a Mecum auction, it's really wise to get it in early, months in advance.
Okay.
Because we have such a huge marketing machine that markets the cars. If you look at the results, the people that get the cars in early do much better.
Okay.
And so we always recommend, 2-3 months in advance, maybe 6-8 months in advance, depending on the car, to give us plenty of time to market the car. It's a very simple process. You can either go online and fill out an RFP that gets you started in the process, or you can call our office if you'd prefer to talk to somebody live, and we can talk you through the whole thing. The consignment agents can work with you on pricing, and give you some ideas of what the market is right now, because it is such a strong market, as you know. So again, easy process. Either call in, do it online. We get pictures of your cars, send us pictures of the cars. If you're doing, let's say you have a collection of cars,
right,
and you don't want to get them ready, give us a call and we'll come out and help you do all of that. We have a team that comes out and gets cars ready, cleans cars, gets them on our transports and get them here, sell the cars. If you don't want to show up, we'll send you a check after it's done. So it's a very, very simple process. You can be as involved or as little involved as you want. And it's it's just a 1, 2, 3, in and out, done.
Okay, so let's say now that you got your car to auction and they've sold, you covered that. What if I buy a vehicle?
Another pretty simple process. You can do a couple of things. When you register to bid, register online, or you can register on site, obviously. And once the car, there's a couple of things. If you'd like to leave a check, a lot of people leave a check when they check in at the auction. And at the end, the check is written and the paperwork is done, and you're in and out again in no time. So depending on what process you take within the auction, we've tried to make it so simple, because there's so many online bidders now and so many phone bidders that really don't even have to come to the office in many cases.
Okay, and if you're here physically, I mean, it's just like a sort of a two-step process out here. You kind of check in at the front, and then you walk in, and you get your they process all the paperwork and the payments.
The payments, right?
I mean, it's literally within 15 feet of each other, and that's about the only space you cover. Yeah,
and we travel with our own crew. All of these folks have been with us for a long time. They know the processes. We keep refining the processes. And, when COVID struck in 2020, we even refined the processes more, where you have a lot less time in the office, a lot less paperwork. So, it is a pretty simple process.
It is. Well, Harold, thank you so much for spending your time with us and outlining that for us. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
All right, so we are here at Mecum Auctions in Kissimmee, Florida, and we're here with Chuck.
Yep.
And this is sort of the first staging area for when the cars come out of the display.
Correct.
So, what do you do?
Throughout this auction, I do the logistics for all the cars. So we will handle the movement of about 14,000 vehicles to get across this auction block. This actually will be the first year in 11 years that I've been doing this Kissimmee auction that, knock on wood, we may not have an incident. So typically every year there's a fender, dent, or something of that nature. But we handle the movement. We usually move every car that's on the premises 4 times.
Right, because they go from display,
yes, sir,
through out to these lines.
This is the pre-staging area.
Then they go out of here to the next tent,
staging area,
and then finally through the auction. But then they have to go back to. It depends. I believe some of them go back to their original spot. The higher paid cars.
Yes, absolutely.
The collections stay with the collections, right?
Yep.
But then some of the cars, they actually have a different lot where they take them out.
We go over that logistically every morning, and we handle that. It's a meeting we take care of, and we know where every car is and where every car goes.
I'm glad you got your computer on you so you can keep track of all that.
I do it in my head. It's run sheets, and without a run sheet, I'd be lost too. And you have to study your run sheets. And some nights we stay up here till 10 o'clock, making sure we know where every car is.
Right, and that's the kind of things that we don't see. We see the auction block on TV, so part of this episode is to try to understand what is all the stuff that goes on behind that makes it so easy for the customer. One of the things that we've heard repeatedly is how organized. We did a man on the street interview 2 days in a row, and almost to a team when we said, well, what's one of the things that you really like about Mecum Auctions? And the word organized came up almost every single time.
That's nice to hear.
And well, kudos to you guys. I mean, no one ever sees you, but you make the buyers and the sellers' experience seamless.
We like to give them the Mecum experience, and it's supposed to be fun, and that's why we're here. So if it's not fun, then I wouldn't do it anymore.
Well, Chuck, thank you so much for taking your time with us today. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, so we are behind the scenes outside of the tent here at Mecum Auctions in Kissimmee, Florida, and we're here with Charles. And Charles has an important job in the second staging area. Well, this is one of your jobs,
Yeah,
right?
one of the jobs.
So tell us what you do back here.
So pretty much we got cars coming into pre-staging, and we have 60 cars in our tent and 80 cars on the other tent. And we kind of filter the cars in from the other tent into our staging to go right into the auction block. So,
Man, okay, now you have another job as well.
Yes.
And what is that?
we actually set up the stage and tear down the stage. So right after this show ends, we're getting right to it and tearing down the front of the stage.
Hey, how long does it take to set up this whole show?
We usually come a week right before the first day of auction. So we came in on the 29th of December, and we won't leave until the 20th of January.
Okay, so do you work with Mecum?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you travel with them.
Yes, I do.
So, well, kudos to you and your team, Charles, because we did a man on the street interview a couple of different times. And, and we asked people what was one of the neat, nice things about Mecum Auctions.
Sure.
And almost to a person, they said that it was well organized.
Oh, yes.
And when you walk through that first staging area, this staging area, you got the golf cart drivers removing the car. I mean, it's just amazing that you guys make this huge piece of machinery look that simple.
Oh, yeah. It's just a lot of communication, and then it leads up to our guys, our managers, from the setup crew to the display crew, and we just all communicate together and all in the same page, and we get it done.
Well, on behalf of buyers and sellers, thanks for making it organized. It sure makes our lives a whole lot easier. Charles, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we are behind the scenes here at Mecum Auctions in Kissimmee, Florida, and we're here with James and we're here with Tony, and you may have seen them on TV before at Mecum Auctions, but they're part of that story that no one knows. How do the cars move around and what happens? So, James, tell me what is your part in the auction here?
Well, one of our first parts, we have to assign the teams and assign a couple of the people. And what we do is we actually have a team to whereas we come together and work as a system, because this line can never stop.
Oh, yeah.
So we just help one another on the line by pushing the cars from where they're dropped off at to the auction block itself.
Okay.
So that is our part. And one of the things that we find that we have to have fun doing this, because we enjoy working with each other. But not only that, we want to show people that it is possible to do what we do and have fun while we're doing it.
That's awesome. Now, Tony, you have the same job that you're up there pushing cars all the way down, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm guessing that you guys have to be bonded and insured through Mecum, right?
Yes,
especially for some of those cars that went yesterday, right?
I know that.
Yes,
I'm like, okay, I have that in my left pocket. I'll just take that out, pay that $3 million or whatever it was. But okay, so it's fun that you say that you guys are having fun while you're doing this.
Exactly.
I mean and it's obvious when you watch it. There's some camaraderie and friendship going on between the guys who are pushing the car.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
But without that, you got to shut off the cars because of the carbon monoxide.
Yes.
And so, to do that and then have those cars pushed silently across, and you work in synchronization. I mean, everyone, you know exactly what you're doing, you know when to leave.
Exactly.
So on behalf of buyers and sellers, thank you for making Mecum Auctions an easy and very relaxing experience.
Thank you. Because one of the things that we do is not only do we want to be working together with our group, but we also want to work together with our customers, because our customers get familiar with us and they expect to see us, not only the customer, but the drivers as well.
Yes,
so
yes.
what we try to do is we try to work not only a team with the guys that we come with, but also a team with the customers and the driver, because we want their experience to be different.
And that being said, James, Tony, thank you so much for helping us with behind the scenes of what happens at Mecum's auction. All right, so we're here at Mecum Auctions in Kissimmee, Florida. We're talking to Laura. We're doing a behind-the-scenes look at what happens in Mecum Auctions. And so, Laura, we have you on video a lot.
Oh, my.
Because you happen to be right in front at the last part of the auction. And what is your job?
I work in the bid goes on area, which is actually pulling the cars down from the block, and then if they sell, we get a sticker put on, a sold sticker. If not, then we need to keep track of the last highest bid, and Mecum Auctions works with, we have a bid goes on area where if we put the highest bid, and then people can continue to make bids with the bid goes on crew and try and make a deal.
So, is that fed to you by somebody else, or you just listen to the auctioneer?
I usually just listen to the auctioneer.
Wow. Okay. You must get used to that fast talking, because boy, I'll tell you what. Okay, and then you have several of you that do this. Because it's all day long.
Oh yes. We work for a little while, take a little break, and kind of rotate in and out.
Now, one of the things that we noticed was that once in a while, it's not you putting the sticker on, rather it's a child.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Dana Mecum loves kids, and so he actually, I don't know when he started it, but there are children that he loves to put stickers on. So sometimes they come down there and ask if they can put stickers on. So kind of show them, give a quick one-on-one on what they need to do if it sells, and parents love it because they love to take videos of their kids.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? That's just awesome.
Right. Adults would like to do it too, but I usually tell them they have to be about this tall.
So if I shrink, I can get in.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, Laura, thank you so much for taking your time out. Tell us what's going on behind the scenes that we don't see necessarily on TV. And so thank you. So here we are at the back of the lot. The cars just come out of the block. So what happens next?
Now we take the car in the back lot, park it in the sold lot, and later on the buyer will go pick it up and take it out the gate.
What's your job?
Well, as soon as the car comes out from auction,
Yep.
I had to take them to a specific location so the new owner can come out and look at where the location is and where the car is. I had to drive them over.
Okay.
So they know exactly
So they know where
they're
okay, because they're not going to know.
They're not going to know. Nobody
Okay.
knows, only us. We always had to pay attention to the numbers of the car.
Okay.
So we know what car goes where.
Okay. Well, and it's a big place, and it's a lot to keep track of.
Yes, it's a lot of tents.
Yes,
So
it
we
is.
had to be careful what we choose.
Yes, yes. And then, Debbie, from here, the drivers, where are they going to go?
I grab the drivers and I take them exactly at a specific location. Right now, they call it the glass. Is one of the tents. It
Yep.
is in glass. we take them over there so they can get a new card and they can drive it over so they can be shown again.
Okay, so they're going to come in the back side of the auction block getting ready. And then repeat this over and over. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm not holding you up. Let's go. All right, so I am here with Clay, one of our drivers here at Mecum Auctions. And we showed you what happened when the cars leave the auction block. So, Clay, tell us, how does your driving job work? What all do you do?
Well, you start out in the morning, you go to pre-stage or staging. You move cars. If you're in staging, you take it across the block and play our game. If you're in pre-stage, you move it from there to staging. Then you go across the block, you take it out and you park it. If it's sold or bid goes on, you go from that point, you find another car, take it back to pre-stage, and you just make a circle off and on all day long.
Okay, so we're continuing on behind the scenes here at Mecum, and we're here with Connor. Now, Connor has to do with all that beautiful road art or car art, whatever you want to call it, that shows up on the auction floor. And that always happens the first thing in the morning. So we want to talk to Connor a little bit about how does it get there. So what is your job, Connor?
Well, road art will go out to collections at customers' houses, and we'll pick up a bunch of stuff, whether Mecum buys it or they can sign it.
Okay.
And we'll load it up onto a semi. We'll either get it out to the auction right away, or we'll get it back to our warehouse and sort through it, give everything a tag, and we'll bring it all to the auction and get new tags on it, bring it out on stage, and auction it off.
So obviously every day there's a certain allotment that you want to get through, right? Mm-hmm. So that basically resides back in this building, right?
Yep.
And then when it's sold, though, it goes somewhere else.
Nope, when it's sold,
it
comes right back here.
It comes back here, okay.
Customers will come up, show us a proof of buying it.
Okay.
We'll have them sign it, and we'll bring it out to their car for them.
Wow, so this is like a full service deal, because you actually travel out to get them if the collector doesn't want to bring them in himself. Now, do you take that as well, or is it always going out to get the collections?
We'll sometimes have consigners come in to drop off some items here and there.
But typically you travel to get them.
For the much bigger collections, yes.
Wow. Well, it's a good thing you had a lot of gas pumps in your last load. That way you didn't have to stop to refuel, right?
Yeah.
It does come with gas included, I'm assuming.
No. Not at all.
And you do work for Mecum Auctions.
Yeah.
So you travel with the company when you're always on the move. I don't know when you'd stop, because you got auctions coming up all the time.
Yeah, well, we're going straight from here to Vegas, no stop at home, and then we're going to a collection right after that.
Okay. So. Well, Connor, thank you for taking us behind the scenes on the road art, how it gets to you, and then how it gets to that floor and back out to the customer.
Of course.
We appreciate it.